Teardrop wire earrings with dangles. You'll need wire, beads, jump rings, and ear wires, and chain. Cut 4 inches of wire, 2 pieces, and bend to form a teardrop shape. Next, you'll take your round nose pliers and bend the wire into a loop. And the same thing on the other side. So you're going to want to make sure your wire is in a teardrop shape. And make sure the hoops are closed. The second hoop is put through the first hoop and then closed. And you're going to do the same thing with the other piece of wire. Bend it into a teardrop shape. Curve one end into a loop with your round nose pliers. Take the other end of the wire, put it through the loop, and then make another loop through that's the wire that's through the loop. Make sure the ends of the loops are closed. And then make sure the wire is shaped in a good teardrop shape. If you have to work it with your hands to get it that way. Next, we're going to cut 1/2 inch pieces of chain to make the dangle. Measure it to make sure it's the right length. 1/2 inch. And you're going to do the same thing. Make another 1/2 inch long piece of chain. I would choose a chain where the links are big enough that you can fit the jump rings through them. Really fine chain is more difficult unless you use the really tiny thin jump rings. And measure. Make sure they're the same length. Now you're going to get your jump rings out. You need a big enough jump ring to fit through the top hoop to dangle the chain from. I'm using 24 gauge wire to attach the bead at the end of the chain to make a dangle. I'm using red beads. They're 8mm. Just cut off a small piece of, you can use 26 or 24 gauge wire. You need 2 pieces of wire. It's better to cut them a little too long than too short. You can always trim off the excess. So you're going to make a loop to cross over the end of the wire to make a loop. Attach the chain to the wire after you've formed a loop. And my chain is so fine that it's difficult to work with. It'd be easier to use a wider cable chain than what I'm using. Wrap the end around. As good as you can. And press down the end so that it doesn't poke out. smash down the end of the wire after you wrap it around. Actually, I did this backwards. I should have done the bead first so I can make the loop at the bottom of the bead and then attach it to the chain, but you can do it either way. And now I'm going to make the loop. At the end, I cut off some excess but left a little bit of wire, enough to make a loop at the bottom of the bead. If you want to, you can tuck the end of the loop into the bead if the bead hole is big enough. And now you're going to need your jump rings to attach the dangle to the teardrop. It's good to have a variety of sizes of jump rings. It has to be large enough to fit through the top of the loop in the earring, but also small enough to fit through the loop of the length of the chain. I think my chain is too fine. I'm having a hard time getting the jump ring through the loop of the chain link. It can be done, but it's not easy. So now we're going to take the jump ring and the dangle and put it through the top loop. so it hangs in the center. And if your jump ring isn't large enough to close, you're going to have to take it off and get a larger jump ring. There's some room for error. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. You just kind of figure things out as you go along. That's the way I cook. I don't follow a recipe. I just throw things together. So I've attached the dangle. I'm just trying to get it in the right position so I could close the jump ring. And you want it to hang in the center. You don't want it to hang lopsided. So there I have a teardrop wire earring with a dangle bead on chain. Now I'm going to take my ear wires and attach the ear wires to the jump rings that I'm going to add to the teardrop. I'm going to add the same size jump ring as I added to the dangle. And then add the smaller jump ring to the top. And I'm almost finished with one. There you have a teardrop dangle earring. If you enjoyed learning how to make teardrop dangle earrings, click on follow for more ideas and tutorials. Thanks for watching.